Your feelings are lying to you. Every single day, your feelings wake up and tell you the biggest lies you ever heard in your life. They tell you you're tired when you got 8 hours of sleep. They tell you it's too hard when you barely even started. They tell you tomorrow is a better day when tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. Your feelings are not facts. They change every 5 minutes like the weather. 1 minute you're on top of the world, the next minute you feel like giving up. But your plan is solid. Your plan is based on where you are trying to go, not how you feel right now. Most people wake up and they check in with their feelings first thing in the morning. How do I feel today? Do I feel motivated? Do I feel energized? Do I feel ready? And based on that feeling, they decide whether or not they're going to work on their goals. That's backwards. That's completely backwards. Your feelings are the worst compass you could ever follow because they point in a different direction every single hour of the day. You feel confident after you had your coffee and gotten a good phone call. Then you feel defeated after one setback. You feel motivated after watching a motivational video, but then you feel lazy when you sit on that couch for 5 minutes. Feelings are unreliable, unpredictable, and they will lead you straight into mediocrity if you let them run your life. But your plan, now that's something different. Your plan was created when you were thinking clearly. Your plan was created when you had a vision. Your plan was created when you sat down and really thought about where you want to be in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. That plan represents the best version of you, the you that knows what needs to be done. So when you wake up tomorrow morning and you don't feel like doing what you plan to do, remember this. Your feelings in that moment are based on comfort, based on fear, based on your past patterns. But your plan is based on your future, on your potential, on what you know is possible when you push past the temporary discomfort. The plan wins every single time if you let it. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. And you know what unsuccessful people do. They follow their feelings. They wake up and say, I don't feel like it today. Well, guess what? Nobody feels like it. You think I feel like getting up at 5 in the morning? No. But I got a plan, and that plan don't care about my feelings. The difference between someone who's winning and someone who's losing isn't talent. It ain't luck. It ain't circumstances. It's the willingness to do what needs to be done, even when every part of you is screaming to stay comfortable. Successful people have mastered the art of ignoring that voice that says it's too hard, it's too early, it's too much. Have you ever noticed how the most successful people you know have routines? They got systems. They have plans they stick to no matter what. That's not by accident. That's because they figured out early that if you wait until you feel like doing something, you're going to be waiting your whole life. Unsuccessful people are still waiting to feel ready. Successful people are ready to take action. Think about every person you admire, every person who's achieved something great. You think they felt like training every day. You think they felt like making those sales calls. You think they felt like studying when everyone else was partying. Absolutely not. They did it anyway because they understood something crucial. The feeling of accomplishment after sticking to your plan is 1,000 times better than the temporary comfort of giving into your emotions. And here's what really separates the winners from everyone else. Winners have learned to divorce their actions from their feelings completely. They don't even have the internal debate anymore. They don't negotiate with themselves. They don't sit there and go back and forth about whether they feel like it. The alarm goes off and they get up. The plan says work out, they work out. The plan says make 10 calls, they make 10 calls. No discussion, no debate, no drama. Unsuccessful people are exhausting because they're constantly at war with themselves. Every single day is a battle between what they know they should do and what they feel like doing. And most days, feelings win. That's why most people are stuck in the same place year after year. But you don't have to be most people. You can be the person who does what needs to be done regardless of how you feel, And that decision alone will put you ahead of 90% of the population. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. That's the difference between the dreamers and the doers. Dreamers wait until they feel inspired. Doers get up and create the inspiration through action. Let me tell you about inspiration, because people got this whole thing twisted. People think inspiration comes first, then action follows. That's not how it works. Action creates inspiration. You start moving, then you feel motivated. You start working, then the ideas come. You start executing your plan, then the passion shows up. Dreamers are sitting around waiting for some magical feeling to strike them. They're waiting to feel inspired, to feel motivated, to feel ready. Meanwhile, years are passing by. Opportunities are passing by, life is passing by, and they're still waiting to feel like taking action. That's not discipline. That's dependence on emotions that may never come. Discipline is waking up at 5 in the morning when your body wants to sleep until 8. Discipline is going to the gym when Netflix is calling your name. Discipline is working on your business when your friends are out having fun. Discipline is having the hard conversation when every part of you wants to avoid conflict. Discipline is choosing long-term success over short-term comfort every single time. The doers in this world, they understand something fundamental. They understand that discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every time you do what you plan to do, even when you don't want to do it, you're building that muscle. You're proving to yourself that you can be trusted. You're creating evidence that you're someone who follows through. And once you build that muscle, once you become disciplined, everything in your life changes. You stop being a victim of your circumstances. You stop being controlled by your moods. You stop being dependent on external motivation. You become the kind of person who makes things happen regardless of the conditions. You become unstoppable because your actions are no longer tied to your feelings. Now let me tell you something else. Your feelings will sabotage your future. Oh yes, they will. Because your feelings are based on your past experiences, your fears, your doubts, all that baggage you've been carrying around. But your plan is based on your future, on your vision, on what you know you are capable of achieving. The plan is your roadmap to success, not your emotions. When you're driving from here to your destination, you don't follow how you feel. You follow the map. You follow the directions. Your plan is those directions. Think about it like this. If you're driving from New York to California and you're somewhere in the middle of Kansas, you might feel like turning around. You might feel tired. You might feel like this trip is taking too long. You might feel like giving up and just staying in Kansas. But you know what you don't do? You don't let those feelings determine your destination. You look at the map, you see California is still ahead, and you keep driving. Your life plan works the same way. You set a destination, a goal, a vision for where you want to be. Then you create a plan, a roadmap to get there. And that roadmap don't care about how you feel on Tuesday afternoon when you're tired. It don't care about how you feel on Friday night when you want to quit. The roadmap just shows you the next step, and the next step, and the next step. But what most people do is let their emotions override the map. They let how they feel in a moment change their entire direction. They feel discouraged, so they take a detour. They feel tired, so they pull over and stop. They feel overwhelmed, so they turn around and go back to where they started. And then they wonder why they never reach their destination. Your emotions are like the weather on your road trip. Sometimes it's sunny and the drive's easy. Sometimes it's raining and you can barely see. Sometimes there's traffic and you want to scream. But none of that changes where you're going. You don't cancel your trip to California because it rained in Oklahoma. You keep driving, you follow the map, you trust the plan. The most successful people in the world, they treat their life plans the same way. They know where they're going. They know how to get there. And they follow that plan whether they feel like it or not, whether it's easy or hard, whether people support them or doubt them. The plan is the plan, and feelings don't get to change it. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Your feelings always want you to be comfortable. They want you to stay in bed. They want you to skip the gym. They want you to avoid that difficult conversation. But everything you want is on the other side of comfortable. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable, to keep you in familiar territory. That's why your feelings are constantly pulling you back to what you know, even if what you know is keeping you stuck. Your feelings will tell you that staying in that job you hate is better than the risk of starting your own business. Your feelings will tell you that staying in that toxic relationship is easier than being alone. Your feelings will tell you that staying out of shape is more comfortable than the pain of working out. But here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Comfort is killing your dreams. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. Every time you listen to that voice that says it's too hard, it's too scary, it's too uncomfortable, you're voting against your own future. Think about every major achievement in your life. Did any of them happen in your comfort zone? Did you get that degree by staying comfortable? Did you get that promotion by avoiding challenges? Did you build anything worthwhile by only doing what felt good? Absolutely not. Every single thing you accomplished came from pushing past comfortable, from doing what felt hard, from ignoring those feelings that told you to quit. The gym is uncomfortable. Learning new skills is uncomfortable. Starting a business is uncomfortable. Having honest conversations is uncomfortable. Changing your habits is uncomfortable. But you know what's really uncomfortable? Being 50 years old and realizing you wasted your potential because you chose temporary comfort over lasting success. Being broke because you never pushed past the discomfort of building wealth. Being out of shape because you never pushed past the discomfort of getting healthy. Your future self is either going to thank you or resent you based on the choices you're making right now. And every time you choose comfort, you're building resentment. Every time you push past comfort and stick to your plan, you're building gratitude. The question is, which one are you choosing today? Let me break this down for you, real simple. When you have a plan and you stick to it, you know what happens. You build momentum, you build confidence, you build character. But when you follow your feelings, you just bounce around like a pinball, going nowhere fast. Consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to feel motivated every day. You just need to show up and do the work. Those small actions you take when you don't feel like it, those are the ones that build your empire. See, people love intensity. They love that burst of motivation where they go all in for 3 days, work 16 hours, and make all kinds of promises to themselves. Then day 4, they don't feel it anymore and they quit completely. They go from 100 to 0 just like that. And they wonder why they never make any real progress. Consistency is different. Consistency is showing up every single day and doing what you said you would do, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not intense, even if you don't feel like it. Consistency is making those 10 sales calls every day, even when you don't want to. Consistency is working out 4 times a week, even when you're tired. Consistency is putting in 1 hour on your business every evening, even when you had a long day. Those small, consistent actions that you take when you don't feel motivated, when you don't feel inspired, when you don't feel like it at all, those are the ones that compound over time. That's how you build wealth. That's how you build health. That's how you build a business. That's how you build anything worth having, one day at a time, one action at a time, one decision at a time, to stick to the plan regardless of how you feel. Think about water dripping on a rock. 1 drop don't do nothing. 10 drops don't do anything. 100 drops don't do anything. But you let that water drip consistently for months and years, and eventually it cuts right through solid stone. That's the power of consistency. That's the power of showing up when you don't feel like it. Your empire, your success, your future, it's being built right now in those moments when you don't feel like doing the work. But you do it anyway. Those moments are more valuable than all the motivated moments combined, because those are the moments that prove you got what it takes. Those are the moments that separate you from everyone else who's waiting to feel ready. Your future self is depending on your current self to ignore these temporary emotions. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to look back and thank yourself for staying committed to the plan even when it was hard. The you that's sitting 5 years in the future, living the life you dream about, that version of you exists because of what you do today. That version of you exists because you ignored your feelings and stuck to the plan. That version of you exists because you made the hard choice, the uncomfortable choice, the disciplined choice over and over and over again. But there's also another version of you 5 years in the future, the one that's full of regret, the one that's still stuck in the same place, the one that's still making excuses, the one that's still letting feelings run the show. That version of you exists if you keep choosing comfort over commitment, if you keep choosing temporary feelings over permanent results. Every single day, you're creating your future self. Every decision you make is a vote for which version of that future self becomes reality. When you hit snooze instead of getting up to work on your goals, you're voting for the regretful future self. When you skip the gym because you don't feel like it, you're voting for the unhealthy future self. When you avoid that difficult task because it's uncomfortable, you're voting for the unsuccessful future self. But when you get up and execute your plan, even when you don't feel like it, you're voting for the successful future self. When you do the work when nobody is watching, you're voting for the accomplished future self. When you stay disciplined when everyone else is being lazy, you're voting for the extraordinary future self. Your future self can't come back and make these decisions for you. Your future self can't come back and put in the work. Your future self can only receive the consequences of what you do right now. So the question you got to ask yourself is, what kind of future am I creating? Am I creating a future of regret or a future of gratitude? Am I creating a future of success or a future of what ifs? Now here's something most people don't want to hear. Your feelings are selfish. They only care about right now, this very moment. They don't care about your goals. They don't care about your family depending on you. They don't care about the legacy you're trying to build. Winners understand that feelings are passengers, not the driver. You acknowledge them, sure. You hear them talking in the back seat, but you keep your hands on that wheel and you keep driving toward your destination. Imagine you're driving and you've got passengers in your car. Some of them are helpful, giving you good directions and encouraging you. But some of them are complaining the whole time. Are we there yet? I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to go home. Can we turn around? This is taking too long. Do those passengers get to grab the steering wheel and change their destination? Absolutely not. They're passengers. You acknowledge that they said something, but you keep driving. Your feelings are those complaining passengers. Fear is in the back seat saying, turn around. This is too risky. Doubt is saying, you can't do this. You should quit. Laziness is saying, let's stop here. This is good enough. Comfort is saying, let's go back to what we know. And all of them are loud. All of them think they should be in control. But you're the driver. You got your hands on that wheel and your eyes on the road. You can hear those passengers talking, sure. You can acknowledge that fear is there, that doubt is there, that discomfort is there. But none of them get to determine your direction. None of them gets to change your plan. They're just along for the ride. Winners have mastered this. They don't pretend they don't have feelings. They don't act like they're robots with no emotions. They feel the fear and they do it anyway. They feel the doubt and they keep going anyway. They feel uncomfortable and they push through anyway. The feelings are there talking loudly in the back seat, but the winners keep driving toward their goals. Most people let their feelings grab the steering wheel. They let fear redirect them. They let doubt stop them. They let comfort turn them around. And then they end up somewhere they never intended to go, wondering how they got there. You got there because you let your feelings drive. You got there because you gave your emotions control over your direction. The plan protects you from yourself. When you have a solid plan and you're committed to it, you don't have to make decisions based on emotions. The decision is already made, you just execute. Think about how much energy most people waste every single day making the same decisions over and over again. Should I work out today? Should I work on my business? Should I make those calls? Should I study? Should I eat healthy? Every single day they're debating with themselves, negotiating with their feelings,